world, how you doing? This is a Turbo Air. If you didn't notice, it's a 3-door prep table. So 3-door sandwich prep table. So looks like it's got interesting compressor. Never seen a cult horn before. It's interesting. Where's it made in? Thailand. There we go. Good old made in America. So there you go. Turbo Air. Anyways, what this video is about is sell this rust. Brand new unit. It's only like a year old, and just I wish they hadn't called me in to do a startup on this thing, but they just bought it themselves and put it in, plugged it in, and away you go, you know. But I found out why the freaking rusting out the unit where the water's going. Look at the drain line. The drain line's like not even going into the pan. The pan's like totally clean in there. Like, let me see this. Pan's never even had any water in it. It's like totally clean. I can get a better shot anyways. Yeah, like, there you go. Pan's never had a drip of water in it in the last year. It's because the hose is not even in the pan. It's just shooting it over the backside and just pouring the water. It looks like it's like from the camera angle, but it's missing the pan by about a couple inches, and it's just going to the back wall. That's why it's, hey, you can see it just dumping over the back. There's all the rust back there. Totally trashing a brand new unit, all for the sake of, and now the hose is all permanently kinked, all for the sake of somebody. All I could have done at startup would be to just take it and do that. That really is a shame. But anyhow, yeah, so I think I'm gonna flip this hose over because I don't like this kink, and I don't know if I need the length, so I'm gonna cut the wire tie, I'll flip the hose over, and I want to try and get rid of that kink. If I have enough hose down here, I'll chop off that so we just get straight hose. Or I mean, even in a pinch, I mean, I could have just chopped the hose off like right here, just let it drip right on the things, you know, which is another option. So anyways, we'll see. But self-cleaning thing is working real good though, that's for sure. I just blew it out with CO2. Got no grease in this area, just dust, and it was doing real well. Condenser was pretty clean. Really good for a year. So self-cleaning thing's working good. But I don't like all the insulation. They had all the cap tubes were rubbing together. I separated them. This was rubbing up on the roof up here, and this was hitting the bottom of the pipe. I don't know if you can see the bottom of this. Yeah, there's the tube. Where this, see the rub on the bottom of that? That's where this tip of this thing right here was rubbing up against that tube, man. So it started to wear a hole. Just saved the customer a whole bunch of headache, man. It really started chewing in. That's a pretty good chew into that thing. So it's a pretty good chew there. But anyways, this was rubbing against here. Cap tubes were rubbing together. I separated them out. Check this stuff out, man. They don't even weld the ends of the of their refrigerant crimp offs, man. They must really trust their crimps. They do like three crimps no weld. I don't like that at all. I would have think that they would have welded that over, but that's no bueno. That turbo air was trying to do good, and the insulation just sucks. The insulation job is terrible. It's like this stuff is just hanging here, sweating, dripping, and making a mess. So I gotta insulate that because that thing's all cold and insulaty, and that's gnarly. So not good. So this is all drippy. You can see it's all no insulation and dripping in the unit, dripping on the floor. Tracks ants and stuff that way. So, all right. So I just thought I'd show you a 1-year-old turbo air. Yeah, startup wasn't done real well on this thing. I think this blue tape is supposed to be off of here too. But I might just leave that. Kind of keeps them. Anyways, interesting. I would have liked to have the startup manual to do the startup on this thing right. Anyways, okay. Thanks for watching, man. At least they do have a good dryer in there. Click like on the video if you could, and subscribe. All right. Okay, guys. This video is about the turbo air insulation around here. It's a freaking joke, man. It's a major. Check this. This is a joke. This is a. Why do they got water freaking dripping everywhere? It's like not even closed up. It's like this is a joke. I gotta let me see if I can grab the pliers here. Cut these wire ties and see what happens. There's one wire tie cut. Let's see the other one. Let's see. I gotta insulate this one. I'm gonna insulate it with foam tape. This is so they just got like that's wrapped around here, and that thing just went flying on the ground. How nice. You know what I noticed what turbo air does is they build the condensing units and do the cap tube to here, and then they join the cap tubes. They do the cap tube in the case, and they weld the cap tubes together. That's kind of not too awesome, but I guess it works. So they build the evaporator section and have half the cap tube sticking out. Then they build the condensing unit section, have half the cap tube sticking out, and then just weld them together. Hey, you know what you can do now, guys. You know it works. There's a factory doing it. Joining cap tubes is now acceptable. So, I don't advise it though. Better if you can just do it all in one run. You're gonna have a better system, a little bit better, I would say. Who knows how much better, you know? If a factory is doing it, look at this thing, man, just all full of water. Typical insulation, way too big. See it on trues and stuff too. Full of water. Big joke. Alright, I gotta see what I can do with this. They don't even put insulation here. So that's, yeah, it's a joke. Well, a lot of the units pretty good though. I mean, seems like the majority of it they're trying to do good. They got big oversized condenser. They put a real dryer in it, and they're painting over the welded connections so it doesn't rust out and stuff. I mean, so they're like, I don't dig this. They should weld over those crimps. So there and there. Maybe the guys just forgot. I don't know. I never thought I'd seen that before. You guys can tell me if you're seeing them all like that or not. I don't work on too many turbo airs, mostly all trues. Alright, thanks watching, guys. Click like on the video, subscribe. Okay, guys, this is the turbo air unit still. One thing I see on True and Turbo Air, I don't know what's with these people, but hopefully I can turn this video so you can read the insulation. But this insulation right here, that says, that's going to say 1/2 inch ID. I know. Anyway, let me see if I can grab that, so I can prove it to you, I'm sure. Anyways, let me just clip this little wire tie on here, but left-handed. I'm not left-handed. Okay, so this should be able to see. Okay, so that's, anyways, just believe me when I said I can't unwrap it or whatever, but it should say 3/8 ID. But they use 1/2 inch ID insulation on 3/8 tubing. I see this shit all the time on manufacturers, True and Turbo Air. And if you guys are watching True and Turbo Air, why the hell don't you use the right size insulation? What the hell is up with that? So anyways, my 3/8 nominal wall. Refrigeration should be 1/2 inch nominal wall. So anyways, I don't understand why they don't use the right size insulation. It just pisses me off, because all the water and moisture gets in there and just screws up their unit. It's like, anyways, my pet peeves, man, I tell ya. Anyhow, just wanted to also, whenever you do insulation on a line, whenever you finish with your last wrap of foam tape, you know, you wrap everything with a little bit of overlap, and when you get to the last one, you want to use a piece of duct tape. Do one wrap of duct tape on the last tail of insulation, so that it doesn't start coming unravel. Foam tape will unravel over time. It'll just, you know, keep unwinding itself off. But if you put a piece of duct tape, like I did here, just put a piece of duct tape on the last one, you're good to go. So that's a little tip and trick, tip of the day. So all right, anyways, okay. Oh, maybe that light's hurting thing, I don't know. Anyways, hopefully you can see it. So maybe you can see it now. There you go. You just put a wrap of duct tape over the last foam wrap and stop it from unraveling. Okay, and that's that. Make sure your drains go in the drain pan. Okay, click like on the video and subscribe if you could. Thanks. Bye.